Do you think AEW is doing their pay-per-view on Sunday to not bump heads with the UFC?
I don't know. That I can't say for sure because they've ran stuff head to head with UFC before. Well, UFC fight nights. But yeah,
Right.
this is a pay-per-view, so they may be trying to do it on Sunday just to test it out. It
Yeah.
could be, and it may have nothing to do with it at the same time. It might be better for their scheduling. So, but yeah, see that.
I like it.
Me too. Me too.
I like it on Sunday.
I do too, especially for this one. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about that though. Let's talk about the big card and like where you see AEW, Revolution when we switch gears to pro wrestling. And I know some people only want MMA, don't want to listen to pro wrestling, but this is an unorthodox talking shop. Whenever we have Mike Straus around, so feel free to tune out if pro wrestling isn't your thing. Just have to add a disclaimer. But if you want to hear about both, keep watching. And you know what I'll say is AEW has gotten better. It's crazy how they have Impact Wrestling. They've got ties with New Japan now. It's so exciting to be a pro wrestling fan with AEW around.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of my favorite things is unintentional entertainment. Like I think they get a lot of the booking wrong. I don't think they do a lot of things right, but it's entertaining nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things to do is I listen to Jim Cornette a lot, and I agree with almost everything that man says about the way that AEW is booking the shows. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, I watch it every Wednesday. I'm watching it.
They have a formula for success, man. They're beating NXT. NXT went to Tuesday nights.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever they're doing is working. Maybe in the long term, it's not the best, but for right now, it's going pretty well. I think the matches speak for themselves, and when we know there's a pay-per-view coming up, we know we're gonna have really long, intense matches like Tokyo Dome, New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom,
What did
worthy matches, and I think
What
that's
did you
what
think of the Big Show's debut?
that's cool. First of all, he said someone he's gonna is gonna sign a Hall of Famer, and that's interesting. I thought CM Punk, even though he's not a WWE
Well, he
Hall
said a Hall of Fame caliber.
caliber, do you think
He
it's
said
gonna
a
be?
Hall of Fame caliber, and we know it's going to be a male too because Tony got the Unfiltered podcast earlier today, and he confirmed it was a he. So we know that much, but that's all we know.
It's exciting.
Who do you think it's going to be?
It could be CM Punk. It could be John
Could
Cena.
be.
Could be Cena. Cena's
Do
no
you think
longer.
so?
I heard he's no longer contract with WWE.
Dude, that would be huge.
I'm hoping it's not someone like Ryback or Ryback's not Hall of Fame caliber. I'm trying to rattle my
No,
brain who it
and
could
I
be.
was
Did you see that post I sent you? Did I say that post where they're like they went through it? They showed all the major
which one?
WWE wrestlers. They said Roman Reigns is now all elite, but he had a different name. The Boulder, it was The Rock, and it said the Boulder is all elite.
Yeah,
And they changed their names. Did you see
yeah.
that post I sent you? It was like 8 or 9 of them. Matt
They do
Gaddy,
that with all
Mr.
of them.
Man is now elite.
They do that with all of them too. They always do the all. Everybody's all elite. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know, man. I liked his shirt though. I liked
yeah,
his
I,
shirt
I
said
do
"No
too.
more BS."
Yeah. You know what? I think that's huge because listen, everybody remembers Big Show. No one ever won't
Yeah.
remember him. I think that guy, they just played him wrong. He should have been as huge, if not bigger than Hulk Hogan during his era. And you would think that going to
Who?
WWF at the time, Big Show, to me, absolutely. Bigger than
Really?
Warrior, just as big, if not bigger than
Wow.
Hogan. Maybe I won't play, but look at him. He's 7 foot something. He should have been like the Andre the Giant attraction, and he never. They didn't know what to do with him. They never got him to that point. Maybe I'm overhyping,
Yeah.
but in my opinion, like he should have been way more over. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm over exaggerating with the Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, but I don't
He
know.
he had a solid career, but yeah, I see your point though. I
Yeah.
see what you mean.
Like worldwide, the Big Show. Like we should see like the whole Japanese skyline, and he's like this. You know what I mean? He should have been in movies. Big Show. It's just he wasn't epic enough, you know? Like it didn't live up to what he, and maybe it was blame on his end too, but I think he got shafted by WWE.
Well, so correct me if I'm wrong. So there's going to be that new signing. Then there's going to be someone in the TNT Face the Revolution ladder match, right? And then is there going to be a team too? A special team in the tag team?
Let me pull up my notes for that one. I don't believe there's an empty spot for the tag team one. I could be mistaken though.
Because I heard on one of these people was, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I don't know. But the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal match, who do you think's going to win that? There's a lot of teams in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the graphic now that I had for that. I don't see any spots open where it's like it's someone that isn't supposed to be there.
Okay.
I am excited as hell that Bear, and I didn't make a post about it yet because I never took a picture of them. That Bear Country is there. Those guys are from the shows I go to: Black Label Pro, GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. And I can't believe that I saw them on Dark, but they're going to be part of this.
They're pushing them hard too.
Dude, they're beasts. They're beasts. And I love those fucking masks. Like they deserve to be there. And I'm just like, I'm pissed I didn't get a picture of them before. I met one of them and just talked to them real quick. Like the first time I went to one of these shows, Black Label Pro. And he's like, oh, it's my first show too. And it was just kind of like, and now look how big they are.
Yeah, they're pushing them hard.
I don't think they win, but they could. Like, I'm going to be rooting for them out of all these teams. But then I'm also going to be rooting for Top Flight. Yeah, I'm going to be rooting for those two as well. Because that'd be crazy. Because I did see those guys and they did wear masks. I saw them at AEW. I even saw them at Gali Lucha, I believe. Airwolf and the other guy. I forget his name. I know that they have different names now, but yeah, that would be crazy if they wanted as well.
Yeah, they're really pushing Bear Country. There's a lot of good teams. I think Pac and Phoenix win this ultimately.
Yeah, that could happen, man.
Yeah, they're the number 2 ranked team, and did you see what they did on Wednesday? That was the best booking I've seen in a long time. They ran through that team. They look like legit dudes in that, which they should. I think they win or Bear Country. Those are my 2 teams, and because they're pushing the shit out of that Bear Country.
Yeah, I'm going to go with either Top Flight or let's see, or that team, Pac and Ray Phoenix. Probably Pac and Ray Phoenix, because with Pentagon kind of doing his own thing, I think that they would definitely be the winners of that match.
Yeah,
15 teams in the match.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, so there might be some surprise ones that haven't been announced yet, Yeah. I would love to see this one team, and I don't know if they'll be able to do it because I don't think they've even been on AEW Dark. There's a tag team called Violence is Forever. Have you heard of these guys?
No.
Look them up. They're man.
Good.
Fuck yeah, they're probably my favorite. That's currently independent. They're both now in Major League Wrestling, and they were at Warrior Wrestling. I mean, it's them and the Sea Stars, and they were supposed to wrestle each other at Black Label Pro, but that got postponed due to COVID. And Sea Stars is 2 female wrestlers. Obviously, they won't.
Yeah, they wrestle on Impact.
Yes. But I mean, one of the tag teams, I try to say, whether it's 2 women, 2 men, or a man and a woman, I put them all into the same category. Because the Sea Stars wrestle guys.
Yeah.
And the guys wrestle them. So they're considered to be a tag team. And those are 2 of my favorites. I mean, probably my absolute favorites right now that aren't signed anywhere. But I would say look up Violence is Forever, man. Johnny Gargano and they trained Dominic Garacini, I think it is. Dominic Garacini and Kevin Koo. Those guys.
Yeah, MLW.
I would mark out if they showed up for this Battle Royal. I'd be like, holy shit. Like, the song that Korean Zombie comes out to?
Yeah, Cranberries.
Yeah, that's their entrance on the independent scene. So I would love to see that.
An example of the shitty booking, like there's the next match, I think, the Miro and Kip Sabian, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. It's like, what are you doing to Miro, dude? Like that dude, all he's worked with is a bunch of fucking guys, like indie guys. Like, dude.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those matches that it's gonna be forgettable. But Miro is awesome, man. Like, and he cracks me up when he was. It was last week's Dynamite where he told Jonathan, I like you, Jonathan. I like you. Come back to me. Be my butler. It's like, be a man. Stand up for yourself. Like, that had me cracking up. All right, man. He's entertaining. And listen, I think eventually you'll get to where he's supposed to be. This isn't the most exciting angle for him. And I think Kip Sabian's a good performer. He's a good performer, Kip, but on a mic doesn't do it for me. Penelope Ford is obviously the arm candy. Penelope Ford can wrestle though. Penelope can wrestle. She will probably do something in this match to help. And I think it's Sabian and Kip are gonna Kip Sabian and Miro beat Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Thanks to her.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I think they win.
But she can wrestle though. And I'll tell you, Penelope, what we've seen, it's impressive. I hope she gets away from Kip Sabian. We see her in the women's tournament. I mean, the women's division. But I understand why they.
Yeah. Like they could beef it up.
Yeah.
And like the Adam Page and the Matt Hardy match, like the big money match, the first quarter, like earnings. Come on,
But they're already spent, aren't they?
What is that?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Next quarter's earnings. Why would it be next quarter's earnings?
Right.
Last quarter's already spent. You already got it. You know what I mean? It would be next quarter's earnings. Duh. Yeah, it's not a match that I'm excited about.
It's silly.
I think Matt Hardy's just having fun. He's having fun. This is the tail end of his career. He's playing out these characters that that WWE never gave him a chance to play out. Where it was the broken Matt Hardy doing it his way. And then obviously doing this new character, the Money Matt Hardy character. I just think he's having fun. I think Adam Page wins this one. I think Matt Hardy puts him over. I don't think it really does a lot for Adam. And he's going to find himself slipping down to the bottom of the card quick if he doesn't get bigger opponents on pay-per-view.
Yeah. If Adam Page doesn't win, I mean, they've been booking this dude. Like, they need to figure something out for him because he's like that dude could be the company, in the next few years. Like, there's a handful of guys, I think, but he's one of them. And if, like you said, if they keep booking him into the ground, man, they could ruin that dude forever. So they need to figure it out because he's got all the tools,
Yeah, same with Sammy Guevara too, and I'm not sure where
MJF.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, like Matt Hardy's not horrible, and like Matt Hardy's still a good wrestler. I think it's still has a potential to be a decent match. It's just the way it's booked, it's not going to be anything more than kind of like a popcorn, kind of like an early pop match. I mean, the only thing that could save it is there's some kind of unexpected run-in. I'm always wondering if Adam Page is going to be offered to join Kenny Omega and the Bullet Club because he was originally a Bullet Club. I keep waiting for that. It doesn't look like they're going with that direction. So we'll see. I think Adam Page is kind of stuck in limbo till he finds that, that perfect spot, that perfect angle, somebody he can work very well with. Might be somebody that's coming in. Might be the person that's being signed right now. So that's going to be on Sunday. And the Face of the Revolution match, you want to talk about that one next, right?
Yeah, the ladder match?
Yeah, the ladder match. So what you were saying is who's the mystery opponent going to be, right?
Who do you think?
I'm going with Ethan Page, man. I think Ethan Page signed with AEW.
I was going to say he did.
I think so. I don't know. Obviously, we wouldn't know, but I'm thinking he might have. It was either that or WWE.
But he wasn't in the new WWE class.
No, he wasn't. I think that they didn't want to. If he wasn't in the new class, then I think at this point he held out and they're bringing him in. But I could be wrong, on that one.
No, I think that makes sense, right?
The only one other option I did say, I didn't mention this match. I said it could be Tessa Blanchard. She walks right in.
Could be.
And makes her debut there.
It could.
In the Face of the Revolution.
It could be.
You never know.
Could be. I would love it. I think the winner of that match is going to be whoever the special entrant is anyway.
Me too.
And I would love it to be Ethan Page.
What do you think of Tessa Blanchard? Like, hold the phone. Tessa Blanchard just made her debut on Revolution. No one saw it coming, and she wins something that a male competitor is supposed to win. Like that just, and AEW runs with it. They basically pick up where Impact left off with Tessa Blanchard.
I don't know if they would do that though.
I think they would. I think her father is high enough in AEW right now, and I think they could. I'm not saying it's. I'm just saying it's a thought to entertain. You know.
Well, that'd be crazy if it happened.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about who hasn't showed up. It's Ethan Page, who has Impact released recently, or who parted ways that isn't going to be doing NXT. And there's very few huge names. There's established names. There's names like that are developmental, like guys from the independent scene, but not any ones that are like we've seen them. You know what I'm saying? Former champions and stuff like that. Like Brian Cage came in as a former Impact champion, and he was known in Lucha Underground. And I think that
what if it was
as well as Ethan Page.
What if it was Ace Austin?
That would be awesome. I didn't know his contract was up. I heard.
No, I'm saying because they're working together.
Oh, that's true. That would be cool. And that's what I'm thinking with Impact. That could happen. That'd be crazy.
I love that kid, dude. That kid's good.
I hope it's not Sammy Guevara. Like they just brought Sammy Guevara back in that spot,
That'd be terrible.
It would. Yeah, Ace Austin definitely has the
So we both think the special entrance is gonna win, right?
Yeah, I think so. We'll see. I mean, anything can happen, but you've got Pentagon, you've got Cody Rhodes. It was kind of weird that Max Caster was brought in that match, and him and Anthony Bowen. Did he get injured? Because Anthony Bowen is.
He has to be injured because they would be in the tag team thing. So that I'm thinking he has to be injured.
Yeah, he has to be. Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer. So yeah, we'll see.
The next match is where I'm going to be going after him because I really don't have much interest at all in the AEW Women's Championship match.
Yeah, it's just they did this women's tournament. They made it half the bracket overseas. I don't know if you were following it at all. Were you?
Not really.
I just followed the American side of things. Listen, the women in Japan are awesome. So, bringing more of them in is I think it helps them more than it hurts them, but it's hard to establish them. Like, look at Rio when she won the belt, like AEW Women's Champion, she can't even speak a lick of English, At least Shida can speak some broken English, but it doesn't, do they get over with the fans that way? No, like Britt Baker, she held that title. Imagine what she could do with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they're great athletes, and I have nothing but the utmost respect to the female wrestlers from Japan. I think Shida wins. She's more established, obviously. Eventually, she's going to drop the belt. We don't know how or who she drops it against, but I don't know much about her opponent, Ryo Mizugaki, I think her name is.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I just saw that she did win the Japanese bracket. Ryo Mizunami. I'm sorry, not Mitsugaki. Mizunami, went through the whole tournament to get her title shot, and it would be, kind of difficult to put the belt on her. And I don't know if, she's the one that they're eyeing to be the champion next. I would think not. And I really thought someone from the American side was going to win this, just to give them the credibility, even with someone that Shida beat, because like they went through the whole tournament. They're now, you know what I mean? They're not going to face off. And I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be maybe a Thunder Rosa. I was doing elimination, the final one. I thought it was going to be Nyla Rose. But yeah, we'll see. I think Shida wins though. It seems like, man, how she's so resilient.
Yeah,
how hard she's being down, she just comes right back and connects that finisher, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Shida wins too. And then do you think the Young Bucks, the tag team titles, do you think the Young Bucks will retain their titles? Or do you think MJF and Jericho will be the champion?
That's interesting. That is interesting. I'm wondering if the Good Brothers get involved in that match as well, and they cost the Bucks the titles.
Think so?
But I think MJF.
I hope so.
And Jericho in that case win with and then they start off the whole Good Brothers, Young Bucks. I don't think Young Bucks need the belts right now to make that feud happen. I think I could see them dropping the belts, and MJF and Jericho, who aren't really doing much right now, but they're doing great on the microphone, but in the ring. I think, solidifying them as a tag team. I think the circle is broken. It's going to be broken soon. So I think the circle will be broken on Sunday. I don't think there will be an inner circle anymore.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know where they're going with it. So because
even if they win the titles.
What if they win the titles and then the tag team battle royal is won by Proud and Powerful by Santana Ortiz? That is definitely, you know what I mean? If they could find a way to break it, they could find a way to bring the circle back together. I mean, they might be like, we're now the tag team champions. Now's the time to rally behind us. You know, we're going to lead you guys back to the promised land. Because, you know, they went from having the world title to now not really having anything for almost a year. So
I can't stand the Young Bucks. That being said, I thought they were going to retain the belts, but I think after thinking about it for a while, I think you're right. I think that MJF and Jericho will beat them, and because I don't think they need the titles for what necessarily is next for them.
Mhm.
But how terrible has this angle been with Papa Buck and their dad? How terrible that fake blood. How terrible is that fake? And they sprawled out, like purposely sprawled out against the thing sliding. I mean, that was some of the worst shit. Like that. That's cringe.
It's worse. It's just as bad as WWE.
Worse.
Yeah.
That was bad. Hard to watch. Almost as bad as the whole Shaq thing. How fake that was.
I know. Yeah. Well, you never know where they're gonna head with this, but I think the Young Bucks they're gonna have the Good Brothers. I think they're gonna take on the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag Team titles at Insurrection. Their next pay-per-view. I think was it Insurrection or
I think they have silly names.
Yeah, whatever their next pay-per-view is, you know, the one that's happening in April, I think the Young Bucks will go over to Impact for that show.
That'd be cool.
Because I think because did you see that in that logo, there's a Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has his logo, the Omega logo, in the actual pay-per-view.
Really?
It's actually Rebellion. I'm sorry, I had to look it up. Impact Rebellion. And yeah, in that logo, you'll see the logo. It has Kenny Omega's Omega sign in the logo. Nice. So I know it's probably gonna be Kenny Omega and Rich Swann for the Impact World title. Can you imagine if Kenny Omega would win that belt and still be the AEW champion? Oh my God!
He might do it.
That might be the major heat.
Do you think the street fight with Sting and Darby Allin and Cage and Starks, is that going to be cinematic?
I think it is. Sting said he was going to do cinematic matches. I mean, he's taking bumps though, you know, leading up to this. We saw powerbomb by Brian Cage, but I think he can't work a full match. We can't expect him to at this age. So I think he just looks better. He'll look so much better in a cinematic match than, you know, if the guy is, you know, mid-match, you know, gasping for life. You know what I mean? Just like Undertaker. You know, let's be honest. At his age, we can only expect so much. And I just think it looks a lot stronger, you know, doing a cinematic match. I'm not a huge fan of these matches. I thought the Matt Hardy Guevara one was a mess.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they're always going to go back to the Hardy compound, and we're going to see all the different, you know, Hardys, you know what I mean? Everybody, Senor Benjamin, and you know what I mean? You're going to see them pop up. Reby Sky's going to pop up. You know, we saw it in WWE too. It's just like an Impact. It's the same thing rehashed over and over and over. But the fans buy it. They love it. So I don't know how the reception was for the last one. I thought it was a convoluted mess. I thought it was very sloppy. They tried to work a lot of real wrestling spots into it, and they were trying to save it. But to me, you either go to the extreme or you don't go there. You know what I'm saying? Like pick one, you know, pick one level. Don't go where Ethan Page went, the Karate Man. But you gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it looked like they were trying to do a lot of wrestling spots towards the end and kind of lost the cinematic feel. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a mess. It's a very forgettable match. And I think it's a very forgettable feud, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think overhyped.
Who do you think, who's going to win this one, do you think?
I am going with probably Sting and Darby.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get the upper hand somehow. I think it's going to be in their favor, whatever environment that they're fighting in. I'm a big Darby Allin fan, man. I'm a big Darby Allin fan. I think he's done such amazing things in his career, short career so far as the TNT champion. And how about you? I know you speak highly of him as well, right?
I think who Darby?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Darby fan. I think that Cage and Starks will win the match. I think maybe Team Taz might cheat, or I don't know, but I don't necessarily think that this feud's dead. I think that the heels will prolong it somehow. I don't dislike Darby. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of his, but I don't dislike him. I just think it's hard for me to buy like little pissy twerp with a skateboard as this badass. Like, it's just hard for me to buy. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy by any means, but I think he's got a lot of heart. I think he's kind of like a Daniel Bryan, man. I really think he's AEW's Daniel Bryan, but with a different edge to him. I think he has the cult-like status where fans are paying their face.
He definitely does.
He
People love him.
almost like a CM Punk. Not there yet, but I'm just saying could be there one day. And that's kind of
People love him.
People love him, and that's what I get over the sides. I get over his sides, when I see that. It helps me buy that this guy is larger than life in the ring. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe not outside when you see him in a parking lot, but in the ring, he's larger than life, and I buy into it. I think I buy into him, and he's a risk taker. Like, there is nothing that he won't do in a match. Almost nothing he won't do.
What do you think of the Exploding Barb-Wire Death Match?
Wow. Well, here we go.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, I've seen some of these matches before, and nothing really, and I think I've told you many times, nothing will top being live at one of those death matches. Like, I went to did I show you those pictures? I sent you pictures, right, from when I was at a death match.
Probably, I'm sure, yeah.
It was with the Nick Gage Invitational, where they were just fucking each other up with fiberglass rods. Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it'll turn your stomach, and the shit like flies into you too. And I was like, there's a reason why people wearing masks pre-COVID, man.
It's awesome.
Because there's gas that gets emitted from these things. Although they had to have taken the gas out, leaked the gas out, but maybe they're, So anyway, that shit goes flying into the crowd, and it's just insane. Like, they just fucking each other up with the fiberglass rods, like, and I'm not trying to take away from this match, but it's just like nothing could top being there live in my mind, And in the finale, some guy comes in with like a big ass bundle like this and just guy takes it over the back. It's just, but this is going to be one of those kind of matches, and it's going to be ugly. I didn't really see anything special about the first match they had. I don't hate these guys, but wasn't it a forgettable match? Like, you could fall asleep during that match, and would you really thought you missed anything in the 30 plus minutes they did? It was like shit you've seen all over and over and over again.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Not too big of a fan of either one of these guys, really.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting that, because the Exploding Barb-Wire Death Match, like, hopefully it's fun and interesting and they do it good. Now that I'm remembering this, I heard that Mick Foley was going to be the person that they debut. That was something that I heard, and I thought, maybe because the Exploding Barb-Wire Death Match, he's been crowned like the championship of that, the champion of that 4 times. So that's something to keep an eye on too. I think they could do it. And it could be interesting and fun. I think Moxley's going to win this. What do you think?
Anything can happen in this match. I'm going with Omega because something tells me Omega keeps the title and then goes to Impact and wins the Impact title, and he will be the ultimate asshole, holding both of those belts. And I just, anything can happen, right? And I think this match is more of Mox's alley than Omega, but Omega is a different breed, and I just think that it's going to be he's going to come out on top. I'm not sure the way it happens, but he has to get that one big win that he didn't have to cheat, right? He has to have that one. It's his first actual title defense, right? Did he defend it on Dynamite?
Yeah.
I don't think he defended it yet, right?
I don't think he has.
If he did, it was against Moxley, but I don't think they had a rematch yet. So I'll give him this one title defense. I think it's going to be a match where he's in a lot of pain and agony, and Moxley is like so close to beating him. Then it'd be like one thing where Moxley knows he has him, but yeah, he just wants to dish out more punishment. He doesn't want to go for the pinfall, and that'll ultimately be his undoing. And I see Moxley being the juggernaut in this match. I see him dealing out the most punishment, but at the end of the day, Kenny, he outdoes himself, and Mega's still a champion.
I does win because I like when they have champions that have some kind of longevity, like what the WWE is, what they've done to Drew McIntyre just makes no sense to me. How he's dropped it twice in the year when he's supposed to be the guy.
Yeah.
Just I don't, so I hope that he does. I hope he does. I just know that Tony Khan loves Jon Moxley so much, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think with the Impact deal, something's going to play out where Omega is either he loses the belt Sunday, but he's going after the Impact title, or he keeps the belt Sunday and he says, I'm going to be the champion, the first ever dual champion of Impact and AEW. Like, come on, man. You got to.
That'd be awesome.
That's amazing. So just seeing that little logo in the Rebellion pay-per-view makes me think that Omega is going to walk into Rebellion as the AEW champion, challenging for the Impact Championship.
It'd be cool if the special entrant to the face of the Revolution was Moose.
Yes, that would be cool as well.
And did you catch what the Big Show said? He made a slip when he said, "Tune in this Sunday." He didn't say Revolution, he said Evolution.
Oh.
So a lot of people are thinking that was an intentional slip, and this person's gonna be Batista.
Damn. That'd be crazy.
What do you think?
I never thought that Batista
right?
Full time.
Because that's a Hall of Fame caliber guy.
Yeah, Batista was one of my guys in WWE, man. So that I'd be psyched for that. I would be going. Yeah. Oh man. So that he would be the guy that signed. That's crazy. I mean, there's so many great matches he could have.
Man, it's an exciting weekend.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. And obviously we got UFC, we got AEW, and Mike, I appreciate you, man, being on the show, and of course, plug how we can check you out as well.
You could, if you're in the Chicagoland area and you need any kind of photography or videography, check me out. You can check me out at my website is Chi-Town Hustle with 2 S's, HUSSLE.com. Also, my social media is all just Chi-Town Hustle.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you guys. Check out the Fight League report, fightleague.com. We got you covered for MMA and pro wrestling. So, check it out. Fightleague.com/wrestling has all of our wrestling articles, interviews, and also updates, updated results in our ticker as well. So, head over there, guys, if you're interested in more pro wrestling, and of course, fightleague.com. Head over there for results for UFC 259 and our MMA articles. Also, we did a betting article with odds for this weekend's fights. I'll be dropping either tonight or tomorrow morning. So make sure to check that out. Appreciate it, guys. Check out fightleague.com.